Everybody, it is Carlos369 Pro. Today we're going to be talking about the aftermath of the set release of Perfect Order. And so, you know, I do want to preface this and be like, this is my opinion, so don't take this as, serious information or financial advice. But I have seen some YouTube videos, a lot of content creators, and talking about this set, the news reaction about this set, and what it did on release day, and currently what it's doing right now, and possible future outlook of this set. And I really like the video that this individual has made. I can't really remember him off the top of my head, but let me look him up. I know his name is the TCG Autopsy. So this is the brand new YouTuber that I just started recently hearing. Check him out. I recommend. I don't know. I check him out if you want. I think I'll have him pinned in the comments. He has 3K subscribers, so he's not a small channel. I thought he was a small channel, but he goes into deep dive, kind of like a financial standpoint, but he goes really in depth and he really gives good ideas and good reasoning as to why certain things are occurring, and it's really interesting. I really recommend it if you go. So go check him out. So he was talking about this Perfect Order booster box, how the reality of the certain event that happened on release day with this box was really interesting, guys. If you were watching the macro data, whatever the macros of this box, it is insane, guys. When I woke up on Perfect Order release date at work, or while looking at this set, I saw that it was around $200, like under $200. Right now it is around $200. But the interesting thing was that it spiked back up. It literally recovered the day, it got sold. You could see this big spike, and he was talking about how the investors were buying out the product to uphold the prices, and I think that should be true. I mean, it went down already because this set isn't the strongest set. And at the same time, I haven't been checking any product stores because, again, I think that because of release date and everything, people were wanting this set. This set is still being opened. I want to open the set. I want to get a booster box of the set. $200 is, I don't know. I paid 150, and for the other booster boxes of Mega Evolution, but I had to stand out in the rain for 13 hours, 14 hours, or not in the rain, but I had to camp overnight to get these sets. So if I paid 150 versus 200, and I don't have to camp out in the store, I could go buy it on eBay. It's probably cheaper on eBay with shipping and all that. You know, is it worth it? Is it worth it, guys? Is it worth it to you guys buying it at this price point? $200, less than $200, if it beats camping out in the rain, if it beats, you know, not having anything for the next 3 to 5 months or something like that, because the people are gonna clear out the shelves and everything. So he's talking about that too, but we're not gonna get into that. But let's get it. Let's think right now. I'm not sure if you guys have done that. I don't know if you guys bought boxes at these prices, $200. Um, I'm not too sure. This is a set where, like I said, it depends on who you are and what you're trying to do. Uh, and that really basically will make your decision if you're gonna buy this booster box, because this isn't the, I don't know, this people say this isn't a strong set, but time will tell. Time will only tell, right? People said that about Journey Together, and it's recovered, and it's at a good price point. You know, people, Obsidian Flames, it's a pretty weak, pretty low set in compared to the singles, and it's the booster box is held up. So people are still, I guess, are gonna say this booster box you know could have potential to not be at a high price. And this is the newest set, guys. So the reprints, the booster box reprints, we still haven't heard anything about that from all these previous sets last year. So it's it's a very interesting point that we're at right now in the hobby, in the market, in the total landscape of things. I do think that Pokemon will try to, I guess, print more, but we don't know. Maybe it's just that I think they already print enough, but the demand is just too high. So right now, 200 a box. Will I buy this at 200 a box? I don't know. I really want it. I mean, I've had the other two boxes, and I guess this is something a play that you can make for the next 3 to 5 years. These probably will go up if they don't ever do any booster box reprints and all that. Um, like I said, this follows this set, guys. A Pokemon, what they do, if you're new, is that they print these sets based on their anime, not the anime, based on their games, based on their timeline of what they're doing, right? And I hope that's obvious. If it isn't, that's fine, no worries. But Scarlet and Violet was about the Scarlet and Violet era with the game and all those DLCs and everything, and apply it to every other set back then. I think up to a certain point. I don't know. I don't know about mid era, vintage, all that stuff. That probably did follow a timeline. It did follow a timeline with the generations, Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3, etc., etc. But these sets follow that same suit. So, like I said, people would do invest or collect these boxes because of the timeline, the framework of the set, and it's really interesting too. So, will this have that kind of strength? I'm not too sure. Um, I do think that this box is probably going to be going down to MSRP. Plunge Protection Group could not survive the liquidity crisis. They recovered that instantaneously, but then it went back down in that very short time frame. I don't know. I still don't know. Again, because this is different. This is Pokemon. This is a physical product. This is all these different variables. If you were a stock market trader, you could put in a 1,000 order contract for shorting, buying, day trading this stock, but it's not like that. It's very different. So, like I mentioned, I think that it will go down because again, the strength isn't there. The hype isn't as much as it was before. It still is because there's still no packs, and especially with GameStop closing, guys, it's very like the concentration of product in my area is kind of more honed in because we only have what we have: Dollar Generals, Family Dollars, Dollar Trees, Walmart, Target. We have a good bit of stores, but GameStop in my area closed down, so don't we have you have to go farther up where we live to get more to get to the GameStop, and so it's just very interesting, at least in my area. But like I said, let me know, is Perfect Order on the sitting on the shelves where you're living at? Um, because again, in my area, it's not. People are, but I don't know. I don't know. I haven't checked because it's I need to check, but I haven't because again, like I said, I'm too busy. Whatever. But it's interesting. So these booster boxes are pretty cool. We're gonna go check out the artwork and see if the artwork will hold up the set from high to low. Okay, I put the wrong things. Pokemon cards, all of them. Okay, as you can see, guys, that these cards are less than the top chases are less than $200. So I think with this, I do think that the set isn't gonna hold up as strong, and that's okay, guys. There's no problem in a set not retaining its value because again, I guess me personally, and a lot of people don't really care or don't, you know, if we want to open packs, which I do want to open packs and stuff, collect the master sets and stuff, we wouldn't really care about the prices. Um, it's just that some investors and all that stuff would mostly care. People that are trying to offload these and stuff like that, trying to make a quick buck. It's very difficult operating that, you know. Um, like I said, operations and stuff like that. Because again, I run a quote unquote business. Um, I'm not sure if it's a profitable one, but I don't know. Don't ask me about the profitability of the card shop, but yeah, I kind of understand where this is coming from. So it's really interesting to see these prices. Again, these are still pretty high prices, but like I said, if the pull rates are good and easy, you could get some of these cool cards. Again, these are really nice artworks. Um, they're all pretty nice. Meowth one's cool. The Rosa's cool. I think really an awesome one is this one. Is the Mega Clefable EX. He's just a Clefable. Really nice card. Really nice artwork on there. Mega Starmie SIR too. Jangtith is really cool. Has all this food and stuff. Like food. So, let me know what you guys think. Is something going on with the Pokemon market deeper than we think, guys, than we realize? Are investors, are Pokemon business owner tubers, are the big dogs, the big players, are they feeling the pressure right now? Because with this set, they have to offload this stuff. They have to, churn their inventory. And I'm not saying that they're gonna, go bankrupt and gonna, lose their house and all that. The margin is still there, guys. With these prices, they still make their margin. It's not as much as a Destined Rivals box, as a Prismatic ETB, as all these other things, but again, that food chain, right? The food chain. Remember in science, guys, where uh, you know, to get to the next level of the food chain, about 90% of that energy is lost or whatever. I don't remember that stuff. Don't quote me on that. Um, that's the same thing with the Pokemon market right now, with the Pokemon business, in at least in the specific sector of like sets, the newest sets, new releases, and all that stuff. You know, the bigger guys, bigger players, they eat, and then the smaller players they get the leftovers, they get the scraps, the crumbs. Some end up starving. It's all about that market. That's the market right there, guys. But where investors or where individuals that collect cards solely for the entertainment of the artwork and the collection, the TCG and all that, I think this will be a very good opportunity for prices to correct and retrace to possibly pre-hype 2025 hype era, and I think that would be a good thing. Hopefully it pans out the way I said it. If it isn't, I can be wrong. I'm not perfect, and I won't say that I have the correct analysis. But it's really interesting to see these things play out in real time, especially with sellers and everything like that. Chaos Rising. Um, I don't even care about Chaos Rising, guys. Like, what is Chaos Rising? Like, not that it's a good set or not, but like we haven't got the Pokemon Center drop, guys. It might come out tomorrow on Tuesday. It just might happen, but I don't see any hype around this. I don't see no hype, no you know craziness. Again, people are still buying this. Oh my goodness, people are buying this at 275. Again, nothing. I don't know. Still, is that pretty? Is that a good entry price? I don't know. I don't know. I would say $200 for the booster box of Perfect Order if you can find it in on your Facebook Marketplace. You can get it under market, $190, no taxes, no whatever shipping costs, all that. Skip all that. Skip the middleman and get it directly from some individual reselling it, or who waited a long time to get a $40, $50 profit. I think it does beat that. I think that's worth it at the end of the day, because again, in the context of these boxes, right? We haven't got any booster box reprints. That can change. I'm saying the same thing, but I need you guys to say it. I need you guys to hear what I'm saying, because it makes sense, at least in my opinion. It makes more sense to buy the booster box at $200, $190 in person than to wait outside at a drop, camping for 14 hours, paying $150 and et cetera, et cetera. I think the trade-off is worth it at that point. I think $200 a box is good. Not saying go buy out all the boxes, and I'm not saying all that, because again, this isn't a penny stock. This isn't a liquid stock where you can sell it on the open market and get the exact same price. And there's no fees on that, so do with what you will, guys, with this information in the context of Pokemon. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to hear more videos on this. Leave a comment down below on your thoughts, your opinions, your outlook, your decisions that you're going to make with this box. And yeah, guys, shout out to the TCG Autopsy, because he makes pretty good videos, honestly. So thank you guys for tuning in. Peace out, guys.